Hi Gemini, it's Rose from Psychic Readings with Rose, here to bring you your timeless reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stelliums, and Cross Watchers of Gemini for the month of June 2024. Whenever you find this reading, the messages will definitely be when you should be hearing the messages. So, like what I'm saying, whenever you find this reading or this reading finds you at the right time to receive these messages, whether or not you receive it still in Gemini season. And anyone who has Gemini in their sun, happy birthday. If your birthday already passed, happy belated. Or if you're celebrating your birthday this weekend, happy, happy, happy birthday. I wish you a very blessed year, another year around the sun, and unexpected surprises. So, um, if you would like to subscribe to my channel, please do so. If you like this video, please give it a like. Please feel free to share. Cross watchers, you can find a lot of information about your person, especially if there's no contact or some ghosting or just something wrong with your person who has strong Gemini placements. Um, and yeah, let's start the reading. Like I said, my subscriptions are free. And if you want to book a personal reading with me, you can find my information in the description box. My email address is psychicreadingswithrose@gmail.com, and I would love to dive deeper into this with you. Okay, Gemmies and Crosswatchers, let's start your reading. We are having a full strawberry moon on the 21st of this month in the sign of Capricorn. And it's a great time for you to release what no longer serves you for your greatest and highest good. I already feel like I'm speaking to some Gemini cuspers, which means that you're born on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer, which is around the 18th, 19th. I usually go by the number 22. 22nd is usually the cuspy Geminis and Cancers, and that goes for any sign too as well. So yeah, I just feel like I'm speaking to a lot of cuspers. Let me know in the comments. I know sometimes people don't want to comment for personal reasons. If you can just consider sending me a purple heart emoji, I would really appreciate it. Helps my channel grow, and I love to hear from you guys. Okay, so I'm using the Tarot of the Owls by Louise Chen. I'm using this deck a lot lately. I really love it. I love owls. I feel like they are my animal totems. I don't know about you guys, but I love the snowy owl. Okay, so let's go with the recent past regarding your current energy, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Cross Watchers of Gemini, okay? Ooh, the Four of Cups. This card has been coming up a lot lately. And it is a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces card. Um, and like I said, I was speaking to many cuspers or cross watcher. Maybe you have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your chart. This is the recent past, and it speaks of a person, kind of like meditating and just relaxing and enjoying the three cups that they have in front of them, and they're not paying attention to the fourth cup that's coming to them. Whether they're not paying attention to the fourth cup coming to them, like an offer, a suggestion, an olive branch, I like to say, it could be because they're content with their three cups and they're just not focused on the energy coming to them of another cup of love. This is all positive, or they're just choosing not to see it. Um, Maybe they don't realize it. It's kind of like an elusive card depending on the situation. So maybe I'm speaking to your cross watchers. Like I said, if you have a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces placements, or maybe you are an actual Gemini too, and you're here for, trying to figure out why your person is kind of gone a little like MIA in your conversations when you're speaking to them. It could be because they have a lot on their mind. I do see that happen with people. Sometimes they ask you a question, and in the middle of you answering them, they kind of disengage um, with what you're saying. So you're not really sure if they're still, well, you can tell that maybe they lost interest or their mind went elsewhere, or maybe there's something else going on. There's something else brewing. So I feel like many Geminis might be having some kind of some types some type of situation where they're ignoring a blessing coming through because they feel like they have all that they need. Now, in some cases, that's true. In other cases, they're not allowing another blessing to come in. Maybe they feel they don't deserve it. Maybe they're tired. It's going to be differently for all of you because it's a general reading. Let's move on to the current situation. Ooh, the Strength card. I love this. This is strong Leo energy, very positive card. It speaks of strength, of course, but also speaks about mental clarity and having the strength to tame the wild beast, um, kind of either within or without, like kind of like a where a person has the ability to calm down like a scared animal or a frightened animal or an animal that you would consider to be like maybe like a dog or a cat. Maybe the cat is skittish. um, Maybe the dog is aggressive when they sense fear or something. But here, that's not the issue. And I feel like, this is great because this person has the mental clarity and the mental strength to calm down the wild beast. Now, this could be within themselves. Like I said, this is a Leo card. So, cross watchers, maybe you are a Leo, and maybe you're the one who's understanding what Gemini has been going through, where they've kind of like been blocking out certain situations or certain offerings of love, on any kind, whether it's relationship, friendship, um, family, co-workers, business partners. It could be different for everybody. But with the strength card here for Gemini, I feel like uh, by the end of July, or going into the August months, this speaks of like now, but the energy I think will really, really enhance itself by that time in Leo season. Maybe some of you Geminis have Leo rising. Maybe you have Leo moon, which is a really beautiful placement. Um, and that can be for some Geminis. And cross watchers, maybe you need to understand Gemini if they have Leo in the moon. You might want to Google their birth chart. If you have certain information, you can find out. Maybe you might not find out their rising sign, but you may be able to see what their moon sign is or their other placements. Gemini moon, not Gemini, I'm sorry, Leo moon people are very comfortable um, with a mother or a mother figure, and being themselves and kind of like letting their hair down, whether they have long hair or short hair, whatever. Letting their hair down, and kind of like showing their talents, showing their talents, showing their something that they think is funny, something something that's heartwarming. But they do it kind of like selectively, like with a mother figure or a grandmother figure, or a an aunt, or like a stepmother like myself, where the child feels comfortable to be themselves around you. That could be the situation with you, cross watcher or Gemini. Um, like I said, swap out, and I haven't spoke about any gender here. But the strength card, the Leo energy, is definitely like a masculine energy, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, so let's continue. I love the mental clarity though. So for many of you Geminis, maybe you're choosing to ignore, um, or you're choosing not to partake in an offer because you want that mental clarity right now. And you have 3 cups runneth over, and you're happy with that, and you're just not seeing anything else right now. And that's fine, because I feel like it's serving you right now. Definitely serving you right now and in the future with the 5 of Wands in the reverse. Many of you Geminis have strong Aries, Leo, Sagittarius placement, strong Leo. And the 5 of Wands in the reverse speaks of finally coming to a place of peace, with others, but especially with the strength card, especially within yourself. So there may be a certain issue with a certain person, cross watcher, where Gemini is just like, I need to clear my head, and I want to be, I feel like maybe too much of a good thing can spoil things. And Gemini is right to feel that way, because sometimes when we have so many cups and we're so blessed, and our cups are full and we feel good and we feel healthy, we don't intentionally need anything else. Intentionally or unintentionally, we don't mean to ignore the other blessings that are coming to us. We just don't see them, or we're choosing not to, open that door, if you want to call it like that, because we're happy with what we have. You know, this could be, let me give you another scenario where somebody's had 3 cups of coffee. And that's a lot of coffee, especially for me. I just have 1 cup. I don't know about you guys. Let me know in the comments. But 3 cups of coffee, uh, and the waiter or the waitress comes over, or maybe just your partner or your friend say, would you like another cup of coffee? And you're not even paying attention to the offer because you've had enough coffee. It's not like you're being rude or anything. It's just whatever. This could be another situation where Gemini has been single or not single, doesn't matter, has had some relationship issues, whether it's romantic or friendship or family, and they're finally at a place where they're kind of spent and just appreciated the times that they had with that person or those people. And there's another event or another invitation coming up and they're going to opt out, and they're probably, they might not even see the email or see the text or hear the invite. They might not respond for whatever reason. But looking at the cards right now, Gemini and Crosswatcher, it's the right thing. And we're gonna dive deeper into see as to why, because this is serving Gemini to eliminate certain things in their life, whether they're blessings or not, because they want to be happy with what they have, and that's really commendable. It's gratitude, and I don't think that they intentionally mean to ignore another beautiful invite or another beautiful suggestion, another beautiful offer of love at this time. They are content. They are content. They have mental clarity. They're looking forward to something going on in August, possibly, or um, the end of July going into August, when we really like in the end of summer, where summer has, everyone's tan, everyone's gone away, everyone's still going away, everyone's, all partied out, and, you know, it feels great, right? So you want to enjoy the rest of the summer months before it turns into fall, which happens to be a beautiful time of year, depending on where you live. So yeah, with the Five of Wands here in the reverse for the future, in the reverse, like I said, um, Gemini is going to remain out of conflict and going to set boundaries for themselves and really free themselves up, kind of like flying solo, not necessarily, but just for now. Um, Maybe they've ignored certain toxic family members. Maybe they've ignored certain toxic friends, um, coworkers, people that they deal with on a day-to-day basis. And it's not because they don't like them. It's not that they don't like you, Crosswatcher. It's just that with all this with all this energy of other people, it can create conflict. And I think that Gemini is at a place right now, or Crosswatcher are at a place right now where you're just content with what you have, and you want to, just stay in that peaceful state of mind and just really enjoy the summer months, the warm weather. Okay. And of course, like I said, if you live in a part of the world where it's not summer, you're still feeling the enjoyment. You're still feeling that beautiful vitamin D energy. You're focused on what you want. Your focus is peace right now, and for the weeks to come. Your focus is peace. So Crosswatcher, if you haven't heard from Gemini, they're doing just fine. They're focused on peace, and they just want to, reach out to you when they can. So if you have a situation where somebody blocked you, right now I don't see them unblocking you. If you have a situation where it's just your texts go unanswered or your emails go unanswered, I don't see you getting a response anytime soon yet. Okay, cross watcher. That was definitely a message for cross watchers. Nothing negative, just solace. Ace of Pentacles. Wow. So yeah, Gemini, I feel like you're very grounded right now and you have all that you need. The Ace of Pentacles is a beautiful energy. It speaks of health and wealth. So maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you're starting a new hobby. And you're going to take advantage of the beautiful weather, the warmer weather, or the light that all the light that we have during the day, or whatever it is. Um, you're taking advantage of this, and you're starting something new, almost like a rebirth. And a rebirth often comes with cutting ties with certain people in certain situations that no longer serve you. Um, so yeah, I love to see the Ace of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, very grounded, very stable, very positive. So this is a beautiful reading so far for Gemini. For crosswatcher, maybe this is relating to your energy too. Maybe you're just starting to, you know, um, be inspired by Gemini at this time. Maybe you're being inspired by Gemini at this time, by them, uh, making choices with the clear head, and not going to every event, or not answering every call, or not answering every email for whatever reason. It can be, it can be any reason, but I just think that Gemini is looking for peace right now, and they want to focus on their health and their wealth, and they don't want any competition. And maybe they weren't feeling good for a little while. Maybe they were overindulging in certain food that wasn't good for them, and it was giving them some kind of stomach problems or something like that. Or yeah, it can very well be that maybe they're starting to take new supplements for, like, maybe like ginkgo biloba or Prevagen or something, uh, some kind of vitamin or herb to increase their mental clarity. Or maybe they're eating foods, that are good for our brains. Maybe they're eating foods that feed their soul, and they're eliminating certain things that would normally disrupt their GI tract or something like that. Because I'm seeing a lot of yellow here, and yellow is the color of the solar plexus. I'm also seeing a lot of green, which is the heart chakra. So that's beautiful. Heart healthy foods, uh, feeding your soul. Music just came to me. Music. Maybe Geminis are writing music or writing poetry. Or crosswatcher, maybe you're a musician and you're writing poetry and you're wondering where Gemini is, because Gemini inspires you. But Gemini is taking a time out here to focus on a new project or a new goal. Let's see. Let's clarify here. Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, exactly what I was saying. This couldn't be any more perfectly here. Seven of Cups in the upright position speaks of a lot of love, and a lot of cups runneth over, like I said. And it's too much. It's too much, where you start to not appreciate, or you take for granted all the good stuff that you have. That's why this Four of Cups is here. And so you're just focusing on, in this case, the Seven of Cups, and we're focusing on one cup, but there's three cups here. So it's interesting. Maybe these three cups represent one thing. Okay. Maybe Gemini does things in threes. Maybe the number 3 is very significant to Gemini, and so is the number 7. Maybe some of you are 37 or turning 37. Maybe some of you are 73 or turning 73. 7 plus 3. 7 plus 3. What is 7 plus 3? Great. 7, 8, 9, 10. 7 plus 3 is 11. Maybe you see the number 11. Okay. So definitely, it's definitely picking and choosing what, and not taking for granted. That's what I think Gemini's in the energy of, is, understanding that having too much can lead to overindulging, um, to the point of their detriment, whatever it is. It can be having fun, it can be eating ice cream, it can be eating, like I said, spicy foods, or junk food, unhealthy foods, or maybe, a lot of parties that you'll be around when people were drinking too much, and you're like, no, that's, I don't, I'm I know my limit, and I'm not going to do that. I want, the next day I want to get up and feel great because I have things to accomplish, right? And I have that mental clarity, so I know my limit. Cross watcher, if you're someone who likes to go out and overindulge in food and drink, Gemini is at a place where they're not really interested in that right now. So they may say, okay, yeah, we'll do this. This is your significant other. They just want to stay close to home right now, and they want to enjoy where they are and what they're doing. If this is a friend, leave them be. They're happy and content with what they have. They don't want too many people around them right now, just a few. And they're spending a lot of time alone to work on something that's very important to them for a new beginning. If this is a business partner, they're still your business partner, but they're kind of like they need some type of outlet. They need something for themselves, some type of project, or some type of new fresh start just for themselves. Okay, so either you can admire that and maybe get inspired, or you can just decide that, okay, I'll let Gemini call me or text me or come around when they want to, right? And the 6 of Cups in the reverse here. So we have a lot of cups here. So like I said, I'm speaking to many Gemini cuspers who have Cancer, strong Cancer in their chart. Please let me know, guys, okay? Or crosswatcher, you have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in your chart. Maybe you are a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Maybe you're a Leo. The 6 of Cups in the reverse it's sad memories of the past. Okay, with all these cups here, Gemini is really trying to control their emotions and trying to focus on one thing at a time, one thing being these 3 cups. So maybe it's their children, maybe it's their significant other and their certain friends, okay, or certain family members only, because I feel like this is what spirit is saying, telling me, that they have some toxic family members that maybe somebody said, oh, we're having a party for so and so, do you want to come? And it's all family and extended family, and you know what, you're kind of like all partied out, Gemini, and you're like, you know what, no, because although I love and respect this person, or maybe you don't, okay, because I do not believe in the term blood is thicker than water. I have not believed in that for a long time, and I know I am not alone. Blood is not thicker than water. Remember that. Just because somebody is related to you through your bloodline does not mean that they have access to your life, especially with the 6 of Cups in reverse, because that speaks of sad childhood memories, being bullied, being ignored, being abused, being taken for granted. This can be a friendship, where you guys have been together, you guys grew up together. Or it can speak of past life. Um, with a karmic soul tie, that Gemini doesn't want this karmic soul tie anymore. So Gemini is just, gracefully exiting this karmic soul tie contract, or they're ripping it up. Full strawberry moon in Capricorn, perfect time to break contracts. Okay. You can Google that. Okay. You can Google cord cutting, breaking contracts, soul ties, karmic relationships, karmic friendships, karmic family members. Google it all. Go on YouTube. Listen. If you're not, especially crosswatch, if you're trying to understand Gemini, especially if you're interested in them romantically. Maybe you're married to them. Maybe this is your significant other. Maybe this is your life partner. Maybe you just want to get to know Gemini better. I'm not saying this is you, and I'm not saying this is not you. What I'm saying is Gemini is in a place of they're not going to always be showing up at every party or every event or every conversation or every type of or every text that you're sending out, whether it's a group text or not, whatever it is. They're not partaking in it. They're canceling that energy. They're canceling it, they're clearing it, they're deleting it, because it brings them back to a sad place, and they don't want that sad place anymore. They're ignoring, and they don't want to remember. And it's not like they don't want to remember because they're pushing under the rug. That's not what I'm saying at all. Gemini is not pushing anything under the rug. Gemini has dealt with it, has thought about it, has made peace with it, and she's not gonna, or he's not gonna allow, or they're not gonna allow, gender fluid here, they're not gonna allow these sad memories to define the season. They're not. And they're not letting anyone disrupt their birthday if their birthday is still to come. They're just not. So, cross watcher, this can be very freeing for you, because you're getting clarity on the fact that Gemini has been MIA or not so communicative, because Gemini is an air sign, and air is all about our words, our mental, what we put out there, what we say, what we speak, all that communication. So, Page of Cups in the upright. This is beautiful. For many of you Geminis with the Page of Cups. Now, listen, cross watchers. Many of you are Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Okay. This can be, congratulations, Gemini, if you, with this Ace of Pentacles and this Page of Cups, can be that you just found out that you are pregnant, or your partner is pregnant. Cross watcher, you're pregnant, your partner is pregnant, and your announcement is going to be delayed because you just want to feel like this pregnancy is a good one. Maybe you've had, I'm so sorry if you've had some losses, or if you had a hard time getting pregnant. This won't be for everybody, because pregnancy and fertility can speak of, like a new idea. When we see like the egg, um, or when we see rabbits or bunnies or chicks, right? We think of springtime, and we're still in spring. We're not exactly in summer yet, but we're getting there. Depends on when you're watching this. The Page of Cups is a beautiful message, a beautiful blessing coming in. Maybe you just realize that your child will be born in March, which would make them a Pisces. Um, so you're at the beginning stages. Let me see. We're in June, July, August, September, October, November, December, March. Yeah. So it's a very early on pregnancy. It's going to be different for everybody. Or maybe it's a new addition to the family in some way without it being a pregnancy. Maybe you found out you're going to be an aunt or an uncle. Maybe your best friend is pregnant, Gemini. Or it just can be that you want to spend time with your child. Okay, your child is your soulmate. Your child is everything to you, and you want to spend time. I know where we are, the children are home now for the summer. School has ended, so maybe you're taking the summer off, spending time with your child, working from home. Cross watcher, if Gemini wants to spend time with their child, uh, and you're in a relationship with them and you're not the father of this child, or that you're separated, understand that Gemini wants this time with their child. It can also just be that Gemini met somebody new, somebody who is who they feel in their heart is like some type of a soulmate instead of like a karmic partner. But they're taking their time because they've been hurt, and you know, they don't want to be hurt again because they just cut off a whole bunch of people in their family. Maybe they're narrowing down their family to, you know what, I'm only going to um, come to an occasion or come to your home, or meet you somewhere when it has to do with a child in their family. Okay, because a lot of times in families, when there's situations, especially with adults and older people that are grandparents and parents, and their kids are older or what have you, or their kids are still young, a lot of times when they go through times where they're not speaking to a certain family member, they've had a falling out, or they're just not on the same page and always fighting. A lot of times the children in the family get left kind of like behind, and it's not intentional. It's because that their mother or their father, you know, are the ones that they have to answer to. So they're kind of like, maybe Gemini, you're realizing that, you know what, I'm not speaking to my sister, I'm not speaking to my brother, I'm not speaking to my mother, I'm not speaking to my father, or whatever. Um, but I'm still going to continue the relationship they have with their child as long as they allow me to. And I see that it's allowed. Okay. Gemini, maybe you were separated from your child from a while, you know, this water sign child. Maybe your baby's birthday's coming up. Okay. Maybe your child is a Cancer. Okay. And you're looking forward to spending time with your child. Maybe you're taking them away somewhere. Maybe you're having a little party. And it looks more like celebrating your child's birthday, kind of like an intimate setting, like meaning like maybe like a few kids, maybe three kids, maybe two kids, and they get together and they have a full day of like, activities and stuff like that, which is very creative. I like that. um Sometimes when we have these big elaborate parties for like a 6-year old, it's kind of like, oh gosh, my child is happy, but I think they would have been happier if it was just like 3 or 4 children that I invited. I see that happening a lot, through the years with children's birthdays, where they decide that the child's birthday is not going to be this big elaborate event, and it's we're not going to, we'll have cake with family and friends at another time, but I'm going to take, some of their closest friends, and we're going to do something fun, and then maybe that sleepover or movie night or all of that. That seems to be the theme. You got to let me know, Gemini. Because if you're the Gemini who has a child that's a Cancer, and then your birthday goes near them, I know that happens a lot in families where, let's say the mother and the son will have a birthday that's 2 days apart, and then the father and the daughter will have a birthday that's 5 days apart, or maybe on the same day, or maybe like within the same month. Maybe the whole family has, maybe they're all Pisces. That's very common. But I'm really getting a strong sense of Gemini cutting out family to spend time with their child, or to do something new for themselves, because a lot of people don't have children, and a lot of people don't have a partner. So maybe you're making yourself a priority. A crosswatcher, maybe you're making yourself a priority, and maybe Gemini has inspired you to do so. You know, 10 of Wands, yeah. It hasn't been easy, Gemini, for this new start, but you know that it definitely has something to do with your mental clarity and whatever you have planned in Leo season. You gotta let me know, guys. This is very exciting. It's been very stressful, this new beginning. It's been difficult to get to this from this, which is a lot of fire. Okay. But it's endings and beginnings. Now, when we close doors, or doors has been closed on us, it's a blessing. Okay, because new beginnings, we're making room for the new. That's just how the energy works. That's just how the universe works. Okay? That's just how it is. But you're there because this is connected to the recent past. So you're there. You've done all the hard work to get to this mental place of peace, clarity, and understanding. Okay? And I say this a lot in readings, this quote: difficult roads often lead to beautiful destinations. And that's exactly what's going on here, Gemini and cross watchers of Gemini. So a lot of you could be moving, Gemini and cross watchers of Gemini. Uh, it looks like a lot of home renovation or home relocation, packing up boxes, getting my Siri just went off again. I don't know why. Sorry. Must be spirit confirming. I don't know if you heard that, guys. I didn't really understand what Siri was saying, but Siri just started talking. Yeah, many of you are moving or you're going away. This can be a trip that you've decided to go somewhere else, someplace other than where your family is going. Maybe your family is going back to their country of origin for the summer. Okay. And you're deciding, you know what, I'm not going this summer. I'm going somewhere else this summer. Or you're just, you're like, my home is just doesn't feel homey anymore. So I just need to get away for a little while and maybe, clear the air. And then when I come back, it will feel better. And for some of you are definitely moving or moving stuff around in your current home. Or like I said, choosing to opt out of the family vacation of your country of origin or someplace that the family goes every summer doesn't necessarily mean it's a different country. It could be where you guys go to the same resort every year in the Bahamas or the same hotel every year in California or the same city in a foreign land. It could be anything. And maybe it's a tradition and you're breaking that tradition. Your family isn't, but you are. Crosswatcher, I hope that you're getting I feel like you're getting a lot of clarity here and understanding your person. Like I said, let it be understandable that this can be a love interest, your current partner, an ex, a best friend, a business partner, a family member. Swap it up, take it as it resonates for you, always in these general readings. So I'm going to pull a few more cards for my Gemmies and cross watchers of Gemmies, just to really just get some more messages from Spirit regarding this transition, this new beginning, this, this uneasy breaking of ties, for understanding that, when we have too much, we're going to take it for granted. And I can tell you that absolutely 100%. I am a Floridian. I live in Florida for many years. When I first moved down to Florida, I moved from a cold state. The first thing I did was go to the beach and lay out by the pool and catch a tan, right? And then once I, got a job and got settled, the weekends, where I would normally probably, go to the beach or go lay out by the pool, because it was so gorgeous out all the time, I started to take the good weather for granted. That didn't happen right away, but it happens. Like, so once we have too much of a good thing, like is in beautiful weather, we can take it for granted. So like if you live in the Northeast and summer is like 3 months out of the year, most of you are not taking it for granted. Okay. You can't wait for the summer. Your winter months, your fall months, even the spring, you're just waiting for those 3 months of bliss. to go to the beach. Maybe you're off for the summer, you go every day, or you go every weekend with your family, you go to the pool, you spend time outside, you go to the all the events that are out and about, and the nightlife is great, being out at night when it's warm, right? But here, like wherever you live in a warm climate, we sometimes take it for granted. And people are like, how do you do that where you live, where it's so much going on all the time? Like, because I've done all that, and it's here all the time, and I don't mean to take it for granted, but I'm just I'm kind of like enjoying where I am, not feeling the need to go out every night, or go to the beach every day anymore, or i have I have other things I need to do. And yeah, it's a blessing where I am, and I cherish it, but I'm kind of like also living my life and doing other things. So some messages from Spirit to close out this reading for my beautiful Geminis and my cross watchers of Geminis. Just 3 cards. Ooh, now we get the 4 of Wands in upright position, and I love this. So yes, this is a great card. This speaks of a happy home, a small wedding, a small gathering, a redo of a home. Like I said, it could be a new home, redo of a home, an occasion you're looking forward to, a vacation home, a celebration, um, a blessing coming to you at this time, because it's still spring, where I live, well, where most of us live. So congratulations, because Gemini, you've taken a different viewpoint, and you've created a very you created a blessing by eliminating toxicity, or eliminating the people in your life that make you not appreciate what you have. Okay, so that's really amazing. Congratulations, Gemini and cross watcher of Gemini. The Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this is funny. This is 2 cards, and I shuffled. You saw that I shuffled. Ace of Pentacles is now in reverse. So in this reading, I'm not going to read it as your project not happening or not having a new beginning. This is telling me that the project, the plan has been mission accomplished, completed. Okay. Now, other tarot card readers can argue with me. I don't care. I go by what my spirit guides tell me, what I feel in my intuition. I trust my intuition. So this, to me, because of the reading previously where it was Ace of Pentacles in the upright, you completed a project and you're happy. The project has been completed by you setting healthy, strong boundaries. And the King of Cups in reverse. So many of you, like I said, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces is very strong in the whole reading. Many of you are cutting off a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces person because they're somebody has an overindulging issue, whether it's food or drink. I don't know, but I'm not going to draw any more cards. Cross watcher, this might be a direct message for you to leave Gemini alone, because Gemini is a person who knows their limit and knows when to say yes and when to say no, knows when to stop. And many of your cross watchers don't know that. Or cross watcher, if you're interested in Gemini and understanding how they operate, you're not going to get Gemini to do anything that they don't want to do against their will. I feel that they were a victim of that for a long time, and they're just not. So, let me know who this King of Cups is in your life, Gemini. He's in the reverse, or she's in the reverse. They could be, delusional. They could be depressed. They could be constantly sending you messages of like pouring their heart out for you and dumping their problems on you, and you just like need to, just to go silent. So this, for many of you, this is a no contact, and it's making Gemini happy. Sometimes people need breaks, you know. So cross watcher, if you're worried for Gemini, Gemini is just eliminating certain people. It may not be you, and for some cross watchers, it is you. So this is a message to you from spirit to maybe you want to, you know, turn it down a notch. Or maybe you want to not dump all your problems on Gemini because you're not going to get a response from them. That's not a way to go about it with this Gemini. And Gemini, this is not a way to go about with this cross watcher. But you know that, Gemini. This is speaking of you knowing your limit and appreciating what you have. You know, good things come in small packages, and you know, over partying and overindulging is just not what you're about, Gemini. You don't need any of that to make you happy. You're happy being grounded and centered and appreciating the special things that you have in your life. So many blessings to you, Gemini. Much love and light, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye bye.